Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. First piece of information I've got today came from dakotap.xrp. That's at dpark61308. Follow, I don't know if it's him or her or the baby. I don't know which one it is, but that's not important. What's important is that they sent me good information. And this is what they sent me. SEC news. This is from the SEC itself. This year's exam priorities will focus on digital assets, cybersecurity, and matters of importance to Main Street investors. Details on our 5 priority categories. I'm not going to get into the details, but the main one that I wanted you to focus in, the matters of importance to Main Street investors. You wanted regulatory certainty. This is regulatory certainty, and they are saying that that is this year's exam priorities. So this is what they'll be focusing on because they've got a monkey on their back and they want to get it off, and that is giving the digital asset world regulatory certainty and not getting beat to the punch by all these other countries across the world. Moving along. This is from XRP Crypto Wolf. A TD Bank survey said 90% of treasury and finance professionals think blockchain and distributed ledger technology will positively affect the payments industry. 22% think the potential of this technology is speeding up the payment process. 21% think it's improving cross-border payments. Hashtag XRP. Well, I think they're wrong on these two, but this one, they've about got it right, 90%. Okay, now this is interesting. It's important for you to understand this. As we know, there are scams going on left and right with digital assets because it's very easy for someone to give you their Bitcoin address anonymously or any other digital asset address and be able to receive money if they can scam you into giving, if they can make you think you need to send them a digital currency and then they can just disappear. Well, that's what this is, but this is like the scam of scams because they are trying to impersonate Bitcoin futures platform backed to raise money. These people went to the extent of creating, now this isn't the actual website, they've already taken it down, I guess, but the Wayback Machine, the web archive, has the website the way it looked. They actually created a fake launch date because BACT has not announced an exact date for launch anyway. They can't, and the reason they can't is because I believe the CFTC is the one they're waiting on approval from, so they can't give an actual date until they get that approval, then they can give a date. So this was a total scam, and what they were doing, they did a whole write-up, and somewhere in here, I think down in here, you'll see some broken English, so it's obvious it's some scam from some other country in the world other than an English-speaking country. They even went and put all of the executives on here. Then they had a section where you can join, and that when you click on that, it takes you to. This is on the Wayback Machine website. This is backed. They want you to enter your information. And I think if you placed your order, at some point they wanted you to enter your Bitcoin address, and the idea was on here that you would have an opportunity to invest in the second round of financing for BACT, and they wanted you to give you your Bitcoin address so that after you sent money to theirs as an investment, they could send you your profits back to yours. Really stupid for anybody that's really thinking about this, but it must be working or they wouldn't be doing these crazy scams. So be aware, people. That's the kind of stuff that's going on. Next, I wanted to show you this, and this is a pretty important tweet here that I saw. This is from Mass Ripple XRP Bitcoin at SMC Mass 1. I think he's correct in what he's saying. Everyone, please tell Grayscale to open up XRP Trust to retail investors, public shares. Many are ready to invest in our retirement accounts, IRAs, 401ks, pensions, etc. We need GXRP. Well, just to give you some background on this, Grayscale Investments, which is owned by the Digital Currency Group, they have several of these investment products. One of them is the Grayscale XRP Trust. These are their single asset trusts. Bitcoin, they've got Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Horizon, Litecoin, Stellar Lumens, XRP, and Zcash. Well, the only two that you can invest in, my understanding is the only two you can invest in through your IRA or your 401k is the Bitcoin and the Ethereum. And what we want is XRP. That way you would be like if you had a Roth IRA or something on a Charles Schwab or something like that, you would be able to invest. I actually own some of the Bitcoin trust through my IRA because it was the only one in my IRA, the only digital asset that you could invest in through my IRA where it is. And so I bought some of the Bitcoin trust for that reason. But yes, we do want them to make it so that we can buy into the XRP trust. And so this is my tweet to Grayscale because I was going to help the guy out. First, I'm going to retweet his to get this going. And then I'm going to tweet out mine. Hi, Grayscale. Do you plan to open up XRP Trust to retail investors? The XRP community would love to be able to gain XRP exposure in their retirement accounts. Boom, there we go. So that's gone out. And then finally, I want to show you this. This is from BitTorrent. Now remember, BitTorrent was bought by Tron, and then they issued the BTT token, which is a branch of Tron. Okay, like Tron, that's Tron's a smart contract platform now, and issued the BTT token, and it's for use on BitTorrent, which Tron owns. And then this is an announcement today. We are pleased to announce that Coin Payments Net now supports BTT, enabling millions of users around the world to purchase goods and services from hundreds of online merchants. I showed you this for two reasons. First, I've told you about Tron, and I own Tron. And second, Tron is one of a handful, Ripple being the lead dog, of course, the greatest digital asset ever created. But Tron is one of the digital assets in the digital asset space that is actually employing use cases and working on use cases. And for that reason, I'm interested in it. And that's the reason that I'm invested in it. It's like Brad Garlinghouse has said 1,000 times, if there's no use case, it should eventually go to zero. But Tron is one of the handful that's actually working on a use case. And so for that reason, I think it's important to focus on Tron. So I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that yes, Tron is working on a use case. Thank you for listening.